All right, Micah Dion here again with the tip of the week. So from our intro of anatomy trains video, we're going to go on and actually talk about certain sections of anatomy trains, how they're broken up, bony landmarks and fascial markers, things like that. So we have our friend here again to kind of help us with a visual aid. I'm a tactile learner. I need to do things with my hands and I need to see it. So through video, I think it would be appropriate to have our friend here help us along. So we're going to talk about our superficial front line. So when I say that, superficial to the surface and front, obviously right here, so this is called ventral, dorsal, but we'll just call this front. So we got our superficial front line, so we have structures close to the surface in the front of our body. So I want you to focus on this green kind of V at the neck right here, going down over the sternum and then towards the pubic bone. And then we're going to transition our eyes into seeing that crossover with the red, going down in front of the hip, across the knee, and then to the bottom of the foot. So these specific things, these are specific meridians going all the way down and making those connections. So we'll kind of go over each kind of step. So we have the green ones, which is connected to our mastoid process. So we have our CSM right here, so our sternocleidomastoid muscle. So flexion, rotation, super cool muscle. It's one of my favorites. And then we go, so that's going to be connecting to that fascial scalp right here, or scalp fascia, whichever one you want to kind of say. So then we're going to follow the CSM right here, and we're going to go to the manubrium, or kind of that top part of the sternum right here. And then with the pec, tons of fascia. People don't realize how much there is right here. Then we're going to kind of go down. We're going to go to that kind of pec muscle, kind of connecting it in, but not the pec minor or pec major. That's part of a different one. So it's called the sternalis muscle, kind of small. Right up to the side, we're going to go and it's going to connect our rectus abdominis, our six-pack muscle, and then it's going to go down all the way to our kind of pubic tubercle and our anterior inferior iliac spine. So right here, the front of the hip. So that's going to be from that rectus abdominis muscle right here. Then we're going to go to the actual, one of the most common ones I think that people know, that rectus femoris, that hip flexor, or one of the hip flexors I should say. So this red line is at where we're at now. So then we're going to go down to that patella, so another bony landmark that we have, and then that's going to be our subpatellar tendon right here, connecting those two, kind of these two structures together. So then we go to the tibial tuberosity. So that tibial tuberosity right here, right at the front of the knee. If you went through a big growth spurt or something, you might have a more prominent one. So you might have heard of, oh, you have Osgood-Schlatters disease or something like that. It's just tension on the tubercle. So everyone is varies with their prominence of bony landmarks. We go down, and we're going to go to that anterior tibialis. We're going to have our anterior compartment, and then going down to the dorsal surface of the phalange itself. So I just want to kind of make this clear, these connections right here, if people are having lots of neck issues, I'm going to be looking at different structures above and below, and in back, anything that's going to be working against the muscles. So that's our superficial front line. So we go down to the neck, sternum, pubic bone, front of the hip, connecting the rectus and the one of our hip flexors, rectus femoris, going down to the patella and then down to the foot. So hey, next time you're complaining about some things, don't just isolate the area, think about the full body. Awesome.